both teams. Here's McDonald, just represented Queensland quite recently against Tasmania. Wheeler up from the reserves. A lovely little lace-out kick to Goodwin. Beautiful from Sophie Wheeler. Goodwin now from right on the paint. Going to send it long. Says, see something she likes, and it's Farquharson. She's in a good spot here at the moment. Couple to beat. Just goes to ground. Hands off. Wheeler followed through, and they'll have our first score, and it's a minor to the near side to the Devils.
Well, not a bad start at all from Yeronga. Loving the energy. Two of our Brisbane sides today, so should be a great game for both of them. They've definitely copped less of the travelling, both Brizzies.
Just bobbling around at the moment. Hornets trying to get it out. Daniak's there. The usual suspects trying to get through was Wynn, but she's caught. The umpires do say reward for holding the ball. So it'll be Daniak free on the right half-back flank. Just the one behind scored so far. Daniak's just going to get out of jail type kick up towards centre wing. Players sort of fly in, and Giles will come up with it. Tackles there as well. Plenty of pressure. Nice work by Vedder. Just letting it bounce around at the moment. Howell is wrapped up by Martin, and we'll have a stop play centre wing.
Curvin tapped that one into the hands of her opponent. Don't think she meant to do that, Farquharson.
Oh. Here's McDonald with a little check side, and the Devils have the first through Courtney McDonald.
Well, how about the start from the Devils, though? We've had a couple of, well, the first game could have been an upset to Wilson Grange. Getting the same energy here from this one. Although we do know sometimes the Hornets take a little bit to get buzzing.
I like it. We didn't have a chance, but it was a pretty quick turnaround. Who's your pick for this one, and by how much, Hannah? Just for our viewers joining us on AFLQ YouTube.
Well, I'm going to go with the upset. I think it's going to be Yeronga by 1.
Yeronga by 1.
Same score is when Sherwood beat Morningside.
Yeah, big result in the quaffle. But here at the Bond University QAFLW, it's Aspley with the footy. They're down by 7 points in the early stages. Here goes Giles up towards centre half forward. It's a beautiful kick. Just couldn't quite bring that one in then. Was Stallard. Sort of bouncing around a little bit on top of the paints. Locked up in that contest. Umpire says, I'll have it, please.
A couple of times today, now into our third game, we've seen players just drop balls you wouldn't expect to. So maybe something to do with the conditions out there on the field. A little bit cooler. Kind of get the sense it could rain later on. And not a lot of wind either. As that one tumbles over to the left for the Hornets. Puts one minor on the scoreboard for them. 7-1 to Yeronga.
Skipper, Lucy Ballinger now in the left back pocket. Swaying up her options. Somehow just pinpointed an Aspley player in the middle of about 5 Devils. And that Aspley player was Martin. Martin now on that right boot towards the pocket. Mark wasn't quite taken then by Matthews. Devils going to try and get it out. A little underground handball towards Ballinger. That was the intended. It's sort of going to come out Aspley's way. And somehow, they'll just sneak that through to the near side via Brennan. Both teams working hard, Hannah.
Yeah, very tight one-on-one D so far from both sides. Oh, beautiful elevation from both players then.
Bring it back. Pingelli. Slow things down a little bit, give the Devils time to get back in defence. Right option, just the execution was the next part, just sort of breaking through, doing her own thing at the moment. And Bryant couldn't quite kick it, and they're a little bit inaccurate at the moment, the Hornets. Nice kick by Ballinger. It's out to McDonald. Got a little bit of space. It's 1-on-3, so it has to be accurate, and it is. It's laser-like. Here's Goodwin now. Defensive wing position for Yeronga. Just tries to give it a little bit of air. Vandenweel will be first to that for Aspley. Forward of the contest. A little bit fumbly. Lanigan. Vandenweel's just got a little bit of space on there. Half-back flank. Oh, wanted the inside but went the outside. And out over the boundary for a boundary throw-in. Good setup around the contest at the moment. It's one-on-ones. Aspley do have a +1 just out the back, covering attack and offense. Plenty of footy happening here at Giffen Park. It's the XM Sport Pride round. Great tackle by Yeronga. And that looks like it was Pepper Poltney. Well done by the young star on that trusty right boot. Needed to be pinpoint, wasn't. Now they got the spare, and that was the spare all the time, Kawa. Handball's over the top towards Tyson, I should say. Back to Pingelli. Just needs to do a bit of a dance step onto that right boot. It's going to be a turnover, and it's in Yeronga's hands, Hannah.
It was great positioning, wasn't it? Just guarding that centre channel that we know a lot of teams like to go down. Of course, it's harder work to go down the wings, so it makes sense that a lot of them will at least attempt to go down the middle. But that's where Yeronga are going to be staying all game.
Slight angle for Goodwin. Need to kick it from about 40. Right on her distance. It's a slow approach. Uses the player on the mark wheel to advance. He's going to fall short though. Coming at it. Yes. I think that is Rosenthal. No, it's Carmody. My apologies. Probably should have taken that up by them yelling out GC then. So Carmody, slight angle. Makes the old goal umpire work, but that'll do. Carmody has their second.
Big start here from the Devils, still chasing their first win of the season. It's been a tougher season for them. Former champions few seasons back. But as you mentioned earlier, Jeff, in that rebuild phase. But, you know, this side here is pretty experienced. Got a few key names who are looking to be firing today. And, of course, Farquharson is going to be a huge in for them.
I think that's just a massive in because it just sort of straightens them up from tall at, bookending them basically all the way through. You got Ballinger down back. You got your gun midfielders. Goodwin's played a bit of ruck, but Farquharson up forward just gives Yeronga this different sort of avenue there. And that's a beautiful hit out there to issue. Trying to get it forward now. Maybe a little bit high. The umpire lets it go. That's probably why I'm in the commentary, not out there umpiring. So we'll have a stop play. 70 metres out from the Yeronga Devils goal. Goodwin's playing as ruck. It's a nice little hit out, but Deniak sort of sharks it. Holding the ball it was. So it's going to come back now. Tiana. It's pretty crowded up there. Farquharson's got a little bit of space in front of her, and that's where she's going to go. Just needs to come at the footy. Couldn't quite bring it down. They've got the spare now. Just trying to dance around with Hewitt. Gets around two. Couldn't get around the third. Spoiled. Right now at the back of it. Farquharson just handballing back. Well done there by Giles just to get the hand in at the right time. Aspley under a little bit of siege because the Devils just keep on coming. Here's Hopkins just on that trusty right boot. Just bottom of the post. Oh,
so close for them, but plenty of options. I loved just how they're playing it around a little bit. You know, nothing is too rushed.
When you can, T, when you can.
Great to see Lucy Thompson out there, Wide Bay Junior. Good one on that left boot, that'll do. Couple of whistles going. Oval number 2 in action here at Giffen Park. Make sure you check out the Play AFL app, where Play HQ keeps it all the statistics up to date. Check out all the results from the near upset to UQ getting up in this game. 11-point lead at the moment to the Devils. Daniak right at the coalface. Landrum just a little bit of a tap to herself, but here's Goodwin, and that's very good. And the Devils have the first 3 of this match.
Well, 3 in 1 quarter. They'll be very happy with this start. And still 8 minutes to go. Tell you what, Devils have come here to play today. Huge occasion for all teams, of course, for Pride Round. And a very big occasion for this team. They've been working so hard all season. Could be hyping it too early, but, you know, 3 in 1 quarter so far, that's a pretty good start.
Yeah, it's not a bad start at all, Hannah, and it's the start that you like, but it seems that the Farquharson out there is just drawing 1 or 2 defenders and freeing up a few. Here's one that's started well as Wheeler. Got an option 4 to the contest, and that is Hewitt. Hewitt takes it now, just needs to turn those eyes and sends it. Actually puts the indicator on towards the centre lane. Looking for the red-hot footy. Daniak's there to mop up for the Hornets, though. Couldn't quite take the grab then, was Rosenthal. Still bobbling around. Daniak was a little bit of a magic trick then from behind her back. Couldn't quite take clean possession. Back to Daniak again. Racking up the statistics. Here goes Vanden Wheel. Ooh, just sort of clean bowled Bellinger then. So Aspley now on the out. A running bounce inside forward 50. Just needs to steady his Stallard. It's across the face. Going to fall short actually. Needed to dance. Danced enough, but Yeronga with the answers. Soccer doesn't work here. As Yeronga clear it to Goodwin. Goodwin's going to keep going, and they're on the rebound now.
Goodwin just involved in everything right now. She's really gone from end to end, hasn't she? It's McDonald. Oh, good take, but equally good go from Aspley. Goodwin again. Puts it long. Here's Farquharson. Can she do? Oh, just fumbles that one. But did well to kind of transition straight into that tackle. Got it out of too much danger, really.
Nice work by Goodwin. Have a get it forward. Thompson just playing in front then. Great work by the defender. Up and under sort of kick. Standing underneath it. Just curving. Farquharson gets a quick kick forward, and Thompson takes the intercept. Not too many options down the line, so it's going to be dangerous, high risk, but high reward if it comes off. It doesn't quite. Now it's a ground ball. Clean up by Tyson. Just steps back on the inside. Stays in the centre corridor, up towards centre half forward. Pack forms. A few players lose their feet at the time. Trying to break through then. I think that was Lunson. Puts it on the right boot, and it's a steadying kit to Hopkins. Hopkins says, let's not steady, let's get going. But the blaze away might have hurt them then, and it's taken by Thompson.
Well, that's the risk, isn't it? Because Thompson's one of those key defenders that's just going to sit in that zone all day and eat up anything.
Few whistles going, a bit confusing in from the comm box. Right forward pocket. Aspley just under a bit of pressure here. Thompson's the steady head though. Just trying to get it out of there. Burnett now. Right boot. Gonna fall short. Good grab taken there by Wingard. Through from behind.
Set 'em up.
How are you seeing this at the moment, Hannah? Aspley,
Get there, Pepper.
their brand of footy.
Yeah, look, it's not the same starts we've seen in other games from Aspley. And I think maybe they've been taken a little bit off guard by this play we're seeing here from the Devils. Look at this Chase Goodwin. Oh, she's going to do it herself. Will it bounce in? No, to the left.
Set 'em up.
But this freedom that they're playing with, the Devils, you know, they've got nothing to lose, really. There's 3 rounds left
On the ruck.
in the competition. And really, their whole job is just to shake things up. That, of course, is not us, RN. That is the reserves.
I think you got everyone.
Still 3 minutes to play here on the main oval at Giffen Park. Here's Thompson. Takes a big run up. And a really nice take from Curvin.
Possession game at the moment for Aspley. It's not too bad. They've been really good at the congestion. It's just this outside run, which maybe they're just missing the likes of the Taryn Myers of the world, the new recruit that's obviously off with a broken leg at the moment, but been told might be back for finals. Daniak with the intercept possession. This is better. Just put the indicator on and change lanes. Just spread their defence a little bit more. Short now. Aspley just building nicely. And it's a possession game, and why not? Rack 'em up. Looks good on a Monday. Now just going towards the top of the 50s, Bryant on that left boot, and it's a beautiful kick. And it's lace out to Brennan, who's able to take a fairly uncontested mark right in front of the big sticks. So Hannah Brennan already had a shot. Missed. See if the radar's on this time. It's going to fall short. Well done by the Devils. Just have a little conference to work out what's going on down there. Yep, mark to Bellinger. They're out here on the outer side. Just on the right half-back flank for the Devils. In front of the Cooperoo Footy Club. We'll talk about that sign a little bit later. Mark spilled, running in basically to an open forward 50. Just need to steady here. Pressure comes from the Devils. It's well done. Bellinger back with a flight. Courage shown. Falls at ground level. Just need a toe in at the right time. Hornets still peppering, but across the face. Aspley are just turning that dial a little bit at the moment. I just feel them just getting into it ever so slightly, Hannah.
Absolutely, but it's good hard work from the Devils, though, to kind of force those little errors. Curvin won that nicely. Danietz trying to put it on the foot. And it just goes out to the left. That one there, Stallard. So they're getting closer. Full behinds now. No majors. Pressure's certainly on. Plenty of numbers.
Geez, Burnett had some springs in her shoes then. Bit of hang time. Hang time indeed. Numbers around. Aspley's able to get the clearance from that stoppage, and it's not enough. The siren is their worst enemy then, but a great start by the Yeronga South Brisbane Devils there, Henna, and 3 goals to zip basically in that quarter, and they're out to an 18-point lead. And the goal kickers, just for those viewers at home watching on AFLQ YouTube, single goal kickers, Carmody, McDonald and Goodwin, we believe. Hopefully we haven't got any of them incorrect, but it is quarter time. Let's have a quick break, take our breath, come back for second quarter of action. But at the moment in this game of the Bond University QAFLW, it's the Devils leading by 18 points.
might be busy.
That's what makes it so good. She's good next there. Yeah. That's very clean. Pretty good at that
Yeah.
So that'll change.
Yeah, otherwise. Yeah, I used it. I used 8 for the first 2 matches, so you'll have enough minutes for the next 2 matches. Yeah, it'll be. So you'll have. Alright, cool. Good luck.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah,
Good to
no
meet you,
worries,
mate.
guys. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Bond University QAFLW. It is round 14, the Exum Sport Pride round and Proud round. Oh goodness, Pride round, 3rd game in a row today. Sorry everyone, but what a game we've got in our hands so far. Been talking up and upset all day. Nearly had one this morning with Wilston Grange against Southport. This could be the one though. Yeronga Devils currently leading the Aspley Hornets 3rd on the ladder by 18 points. My name's Hannah Davies. Jeff Newman, what do you put down the start from the Devils to?
Just inspired, big day. Carnival is sort of, finals-like atmosphere, and, it's more than likely they're not going to play finals this year, as we know, so it's a big chance for them to really hit the ground running. Big crowd in, big moment. So I think that's something that plays on the Devils, and when you get someone like Zimmy Farquharson back into the team, it definitely helps.
Yeah, we've been discussing, what a big player name like that can do to a side. Be interesting to see how it folds out for the next 3 quarters. Do they continue to double team her? Do they give her a bit of freedom? Sometimes it's can even go against you if you try and tag a player too often or too much, sorry. But 2nd quarter underway. And already good start from the Devils. Aspley cleaned it up though. Danietz, little side step to the left. And a great take from Jess Stallard. Well, sometimes Aspley starts slow and turn things up. We might be about to see that. That's a quick start.
I think that's taken the wind out of Lendrum.
Looks like a little bit, clutching the chest. So tiny bit of an angle. It'll take a pretty big boot for this one. And she go for the sticks. It looks like it. Big swing. Don't think it'll make the distance. They'll have to hustle here. And the umpire will ball this one up. Dangerous spot here for the Devils to work hard to get rid of this. And Yeronga. Was that a behind, sorry?
No, I think it was a free kick. Yeah, might have been a ruck one. Just missed it a little bit, but Daniak says, you know what, I'm just going to send it back in. I'm going to stroll inside forward 50. Give you an old-fashioned floater through for behind.
Possibly wishing she just took an extra second there to settle. She's trying to kick it without the defender in front of her, but as you said, Jeff, just floated a little bit. Not a heap of options, but only needs one. Courtney McDonald drops it. And a ball in. Poltney hits it to a teammate. Danietz takes her down though. Sorry, it's not Danietz. Louise. Maddie Kawa, my apologies.
Here go Aspley once again. Lanigan kicks it inside forward 50. Well, they weren't able to bring that grab down nice and clean then. Was Van Den Weel. Red hot footy now. Pressure comes from Howe. Trying to get it out of there is Wynn. Going back with a fight. Nice work there by Wheeler. A few options on the outer side if that's where they want to go. Goodwin's made a bit of space. Oh, usually brings them down, but just through the fingers. Touch footy, so the umpire says play on please. So Wynn does just that. Takes a nice little Saturday afternoon stroll on the outer side. Grab taken there by Kami.
Come on, Pepper, run!
On that right boot. Inside forward 50. He's going to fall short. Oh, Thompson's got that in the snoz. Definitely not where you want the footy to hit. And we'll have a stoppage about 55 metres out from the Devils' goal. Ouch. At least it's not cold anymore, Hannah. It was a cold footy.
Thank goodness.
Boy, oh boy.
Us Queenslanders, though, will complain about anything. Bit of a foot race.
Ooh. Poster.
Nearly took out the goal umpire there.
Thompson now. Just got to get it out. Plenty of Devils around that one, so need to be careful. Oh, a little bit of show, a little bit of candy. Don't mind that. Devils inside forward 50 over the back. Chaos ball. Trying to get it through at the moment. Nice tackle by Thompson. Just to create a stop play about 25 metres out from Yeronga's goal. Plenty of numbers there. Aspley's got the +1 at this contest, so that's why they're going to come out with the exit. Plenty of run. Farquharson, beautiful. She's a star, and it's great to see her back in the Bond University QAFLW. Plays on from the impossible angle. Straight as an arrow. Welcome back, Zimmy.
And that is why she was a star in the AFLW too. What an angle to bend. And that goal nearly all by herself, but she's also been backed up really nicely by this Devils side. 4-5-29 to 0-5-5. Well, Aspley, we said sometimes they take a little bit to warm up, but needs to be getting warm pretty soon.
And the momentum was just Aspley's way then, and that goal just automatically flicks it back Yeronga's way, and that's what Zim can do. And, you know, while she was a star at AFLW, it's great to have her back in the QAFLW. Hopefully we will see her back in the AFLW very soon. Inactive on Brisbane's list for now, as that footy's Attacking side, front half for Yeronga, just over the top of it. Had to be careful there. It was at the bottom of the pack. It looked like it was done. There's plenty of numbers. It's nearly rugby setup style. Devils one side, Hornets the other. Comes out of that contest. Again, let's just have a repeat stoppage, a little bit of a scrimmage. But it's a 4-goal lead at the moment to the Devils. Hannah's picked them by 1 point. Hopefully you haven't put the mocker on them.
It could be more at this rate, but we won't ever speak too early. As the Hornets fly down the field. And Tyson, oh, what a run. Will that roll in? No, just to the left. Reset now for the Devils. Not to be, straight into the hand of Hannah Giles.
Pengelly's been good today, Hannah. It's like a movement.
Certainly has been. Easy to spot with the headgear and also just presenting in great positions. This will be a distance. Won't make it, and it won't. No, behind. So that's 7 now for Aspley. Well, that's pretty unusual to be looking at that score to our right and on your screen.
It's a great performance here by the Devils so far. The question will be, can they keep it up? At the moment, it's top shelf. Goodwin created a contested grab. Whistle just on the back oval. Just for those viewers at home, hopefully enjoying the coverage of the Exum Sport Pride round live from Giffen Park, home of the Cooperoo Kings. Another game coming up at 4 o'clock. Oh, both players just collide and ended up on her backside. Giles, Yeronga South Brisbane clearing it now. Centre of the ground, but Lenigan takes a composing mark, says, you know what, you take this football and go, Martin. Does just that, end over end sort of kick. It wasn't the best to look at, but it was effective enough. 40 metres out from the Hornets' goal. Yeronga have done well just to lock things up.
Go, Dunny.
Plenty of numbers around. They're just catching the Hornets a little bit flat-footed at the contest at the moment. Not on the move. Numbers there. Well done by the Devils. Tyson just comes across. All the way through. Maybe in the back, but umpire was in a better position than me. Coming through. Plenty of numbers. Great attack there just to hold things up. Try to be cheeky. Can't be that cheeky. Howell was right there. Clearing kick wide to Goodwin. He's played a pretty good game so far.
Certainly has. Had a lot of touches, some really good involvements. And she's one of those players that's just bringing that energy from the Devils here. And I feel like on a day like today, it's gone the way in each of these matches. It's who can kind of give their all for the full period. Bellinger strolled back on, took an intercept mark. Captain's work. And here's Farquharson in the air. Oh, she'll take this herself. No. Beautiful pass there.
Pepper Poltney. She found a paddock to herself.
Yeah, just that selfless play. I thought Farquharson was going to have a run and take it herself. But said no. Teammate of mine's in a much better spot. Right in front of goals. Should be easy pickings for Poltney. Plenty of space right in front. Good swing. And she's done it. 5 goals now. Yeronga. 5-5. 35. What a start here, Aspley. If they're not shocked, they should be by probably their own performance, not as much as the Devils. But I can guarantee, again, no one was expecting this start.
You were. You tipped the Devils.
I did. I think that was... I mean, I always hope for an upset. I love an underdog. Was I expecting it to be 5-0? Probably not.
No, it's a great start. Definitely a great start. Goodwin's been a bit of a barometer for them at the moment.
Certainly has been.
Given them first usage and been pretty good at the coalface. But just sort of taking that and running is Hannah Giles. Now they're just trying to get through. So Hornets now on attack. Martin takes the marks, probably about 60-65 from goal at the moment. Just waiting for a few of the forwards to come at. Maybe a bit of a shove in the back. Stallard. No, it's not, says the umpire. And Stallard with an opportunity to kick Aspley's first of the game.
Very much needed first at that.
So we'll need to kick this just inside 40. A known goal kicker, Stallard, had a big moment in last year's grand final. Just strolls in nicely, plenty of height, and says, I'll point to the skies. And the Hornets are on the board.
Took them a little bit, but we're glad they got there. And speaking of tipping, Jeff, you'll probably learn about me that I definitely tip with my heart and not my head. So
one of those tipsters.
Never trust me for scores or anything.
One thing I've learned in the commentary box is don't put the mocker on a team too early. There is such thing as a commentator's curse.
Aspley don't look like they're panicking either.
No, they're calm. They've been in this situation before. They've got some experienced heads around. They just need to keep coming back. But what they're not expecting is the response from Yeronga at the moment. They've basically said, catch us if you can. Up by 22 points at the moment. I like the rainbow socks on the umpires. I think that should become a full-time part of their uniform.
I think rainbow should be in everything, should it not?
Oh, Stallard. Sticky mitts, Stallard. And an opportunity to kick a second in a minute.
Yeah, Killer, come on. Whispers, no.
Just a strong set of hands. Gives herself every opportunity. Gets it at its high point. And basically, from the exact same spot only moments ago, maybe overcorrected herself here. To the outer side for a minor.
Swap wings.
1-8. Yikes. Ballinger's been good. Oh no, it's out in the full. It's the Devils just making a couple of little mistakes at the moment. 2v1. Attack of the footy. Nice. Just need to get it out. Still plenty of time left in this quarter. Oh, that was delightful from Tyson. One hand pickup. Gives it to Kawa. Puts it on that right boot. Up and under. Going back with it. Devils with the footy now.
Picking up a lot of scraps, aren't they? Any skill error from Aspley, they're all over. Trying to push it down the field. Great take. And that's beautiful. They're just doing so well to draw out their player and cut back in.
Oh. Zimmy didn't see Giles coming across. Devils inside forward 50 at the moment. Nice body there by McDonald around the body. And across the face.
Let's go.
22 points, the margin. So still a healthy lead from the Devils, but certainly not enough that they can be caught sleeping. Need to keep chipping away at this one. And that will help. Great take there from Chelsea Wynn. And an even better one from, gosh, her hair is right where her number is.
Hewitt?
Hewitt. In front of goal almost, slightly to the right. Couple of numbers in the square. She'll have a crack, won't quite make it. Goes to ground. Numbers everywhere. And I think one of them's got it. That's Zimmy again. Second goal for her. Well, we said she's a star and she's showing us why.
If Zimmy's around the contest, something's going to happen.
Well, it would have been the tiniest of cracks that she would have worked that through because there were numbers everywhere.
Keep it going, yeah? Keep talking there, Kill.
So in the past, Aspley would have been in this position, able to run over teams. Not today. Not a team with a Madison Goodwin up and about. Zimmy Farquharson, the likes of Burnett and Carmody have been pretty good as well. Yeronga playing a good brand of footy that they might be able to take into the last couple of rounds and then into a new season in 24 as well. But at 6-6-42, plays 1-8-14. So, Aspley have just about been their own worst enemy at the moment. Wheeler's on the outside. A little bit to do there. Numbers in the favour of the Hornets. And they'll have a stop play on the defensive wing position for Yeronga. Outer side. Good crowd in here at Cooperoo Footy Club. 2 ovals going. It is the Exum Sport Parade round of the Bond University QAFLW. Hopefully you're enjoying the coverage thanks to Double Take right here on AFL Queensland's YouTube. Up and under sort of kick. Thompson. Can't quite bring that down. That wasn't Thompson, my apologies. Up forward now. Goodwin on the halfback. Delightful. One of the most influential players on field at the moment. It's got Ballinger on the outside. A little bit of a possession game. Just forward of her is Hopkins if she wants to go there. Elects to go a little bit wider. To Izu. Wheeler's there. Just hugging the boundary at the moment. Don't mind this by the Devils.
And they're finding so much space. A lot of these possessions feel pretty uncontested. Not this one though. Go to ground. And nicely wrapped up there by the Hornets.
Just territory, sorry Hannah, just territory. Just, those short kicks, possession game, create a stoppage in your front half. And from here, just get a roost on inside forward 50, creates a bit of a chaos ball. But Deniak says, I've got some other options here. No, she doesn't. So it's going to come back the other way straight away. Here go the Devils, just building nicely at the moment. Up by 28 points. Just want to wheel and go up towards centre half forward. Players fly. First to it's Pengelly of the Hornets. Falls out the back. Donald tried to get a sneaky little toe poke in. Looks like Goodwin and it's tackled straight away. Umpire says, I'll have it, please. Oh, Stellard, smart. Absolutely smart. Just missed the target then. And Tyson was 2 steps in front of Stellard's thinking. Ground ball. Clearing out. Front position. Pengelly. Donald. Sometimes you've got to go backwards to go forwards, I suppose. It's basically at centre half back now for the Devils. Ground ball. Still in dispute. McDonald over the top. Nice work by Williams just to lock that one in. And it's a stalemate. 60 metres from the Hornets' goal. But that'll be all she wrote for the second quarter and the first half in particular. And what's your take on that first half, Hannah?
Well, an absolutely firing start from the Devils. This is a huge moment, this game. It could be their first win of the season, and it's written all over their faces just how much they want it. They've, really just brought today the experience and the firepower, and I think if they can bring the same level of play in the second half, could be theirs. But the Aspley Hornets certainly know that as well. Third place in the ladder, we know what they're capable of, can't be caught sleeping.
Yeah, absolutely, and the Hornets probably need to just regroup, reset at half-time. They're not out of this completely, but, geez, the Devils, if they keep playing like this after the long break, they're going to be hard to catch. Let's take a moment to catch our breath. And at the moment, it is half-time on the Bond University QAFLW. It's Exum Sport Pride Round live from Giffen Park. It's the Yeronga South Brisbane Devils leading by 28 points.
The thing I love about my job is that I get to combine both my passions together, surfing and musculoskeletal physiotherapy, and that was the PhD which I did here at Bond University.
I'm originally from southern Brazil, and during my PhD at Bond University, I met James Furness, and now we do surfing research together.
I was a physiotherapist, and so I took that knowledge to the surfing population. The facilities here at Bond University are incredible. Access to the equipment, so VO2 max testing, DEXA, all of that was here on campus. Really our goal is looking at minimising injury, but also maximising performance. Keeping people on the water for longer is really important. If someone can't surf, that affects their physical health, but also their mental health.
Through Bond University, I could get all the equipment I needed to do my PhD studies. It's world-class waves and international surfing events. It was a no-brainer.
We went to Snapper Rocks and we got to be part of a world-class surf event and also perform surfer health checks on the world's best surfers.
On the Gold Coast, we can find perfect work-life balance.
How I want to live my life with my family is I want it to be outdoors. I want them playing in the water, playing in the surf. The number one reason why a student should come study here would be the access they have to staff, and it's just better than any other university. The fact that you can walk straight into the professor's office and get that one-on-one feedback, I think is just second to none.
My name's James Strybos. I started umpiring at the Jindalee Jags Football Club. I've been going for about 20 years now, and I'm now just becoming an AFL umpire.
So I'm Matthew Young. I've been umpiring for 17 years now. Started at Jindalee Jaguars, also into the QAFL, into the NEFL, VFL, and then finally in the AFL.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I started umpiring at the Aspley Hornets Football Club. I've been umpiring for close to 11 years, and now I'm umpiring AFL football.
I was influenced by my dad. He was running around in Queensland at the time, and then the local just footy club at Jindalee wanted some club umpires, so I thought it was a great opportunity to earn a little bit while I could. So I started in club umpiring, and then really quickly kind of found myself wanting to get involved in the Brisbane Juniors, so then made my way through that pathway all the way into senior footy up here in Queensland.
So we started playing together back at Jindalee Jaguars, and he had a history of umpiring in his family with his old man, and seeing James umpire as well got me involved into umpiring. So to now share that experience that we've had for so long, 15 years or whatever it is, 16 years, to now umpire, and hopefully we get to do a game together at AFL level, which will be awesome.
I started playing at Aspley at under-8 football, and then when I got to about under-13s, I started my club umpiring journey there just to make a bit of extra money. Probably like a lot of umpires, I realised that I was a lot better at umpiring than I was at playing, so to get to any sort of decent level, I knew that it wasn't going to be through playing, it was going to be through umpiring, so it was a pretty easy decision in the end.
Down at Jindalee, it was a pint of Coke, whether it was a scoreboard or club umpiring or goal umpiring. I used to run about 3 or 4 games a weekend and enjoy the 3 or 4 pies and Cokes, which was fantastic. I'm glad it's changed a little bit now.
Absolutely, give it a go. I didn't have a whole lot of interest when I was playing footy until friends and whatnot started umpiring, and then I just loved it from day one. So I think it's a great opportunity for you to build confidence in yourself. There's so many range of areas where you can develop yourself outside of footy as well, and helps you in life in general. So give it a go for sure. It's a journey that I'm so thankful that I took up at a young age.
Obviously the 3 of us getting put on this year, and there's already 2 on the list at the moment, so to have a good strong contingent of Queensland umpires on the list is fantastic, and to do it with 2 guys that I've kind of come through the ranks with and umpired a lot of football with, it's really good.
It's been a long road to get to this position, and when the phone call came through I was pretty speechless, and even now talking about it, it's still very exciting and really just looking forward to what challenges are ahead with it.
I think it's probably commitment is the number one thing. A lot of people have a lot of talent and a lot of people have a lot of promise, but I think if you can combine that with commitment and getting everything right off the field and putting in 100% like everything, I think that's probably what it takes is to get there. Yeah.
Dulcet tones.
Dulcet tones, mates. Second half coming up, Anna. Here we go. You had your burger. Plenty of energy. You'll be right. You'll be right. Just do what I do, move around all the time and crouch and stand.
I have been crouched a little bit.
You get more excited when you stand up. It's just tight legs. Yeah, I can't stand it. Just can't get any energy at all. Back to back games is not a norm. Whenever. I'm cool. Cool with whatever.
The Yeronga Devils are on their way to what could be their first win of the Bond University QAFLW season. It is round 14. Massive round here today at Giffen Park in Coorparoo because it's Exum Sport Pride Round. A huge occasion, as you'd know if you've been tuning in all day, to celebrate the queer community and the LGBTQIA+ community. Of course, inclusivity means that everyone is welcome here in this great game of Aussie rules, and of course everyone's welcome here at Giffen Park. So get down, watch some footy if you haven't been down here already. There's plenty going around, lots of rainbows, lots of food, kids, footies. We've got two fields going on here, the senior women and the reserves women just across the path here. My name's Hannah Davies, and getting ready for this second half here with me is Jeff Newman. And Jeff, well, I can't remember what you tipped at the beginning of the game, but was it an upset like this?
No, I never put my tip out there.
Well, that feels
in
really
the world,
wrong because
in the
you
world.
ask me my tip
I
every
do.
game.
Smart by me. Ask somebody else,
like
and
this.
then there's a little tip. Never put your tip out there. I've done it before, and it's come back to bite me. But look, it's at the moment you have to say Yeronga in the box seat, because every time Aspley have some sort of answer, Yeronga come back the other way. So and they've had their chances. The Hornets 1-8. That tells you a lot of the story so far. But a big second half coming up, and I just saw. Excuse me while I search for it, Ange Wingard just reaching for a hamstring a little bit high actually, so I'm not sure if she's a bit sore or maybe it's a bit cooler today for Queensland standards I suppose, but interesting to see. And Zimi Farquharson's going to start on the bench as well. She's been a delight to watch, but at the moment it is, Hannah, it's Yeronga South Brisbane in the box seat, and maybe what you could call the upset of the season is brewing here at Coorparoo.
Yeah, with Aspley probably heading to finals this year. Curvin goes up, Holtney. Already, Danietz gets it out to teammate. Curvin has to chase that one. And here's Yeronga already. Hand on the ball. Goes straight back into the hands of Van der Weel and the Hornets. Gosh, very back and forth, isn't it? Bit of tennis. Goodwin. Well, that's an unusual drop for her. Another one from Curvin. Everyone's got the wobbles so far in this second half.
Just trying to track where Goodwin actually started. I can't remember if she started in that centre ruck before, but it seems she might be playing a little bit forward, and I'm just a little bit mindful that maybe Yeronga have thrown the magnets around a little bit too early, and they've maybe I'm just losing my mind here, but just trying to change things up too quickly when you had something that was working so efficiently. So just interested to see how this plays out, because I can see, again, I'm going to point out Zimmy's on the bench, and I'd be getting her out there, especially in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter. So important in the overall outcome of this match. We've got a stoppage out there on the left half back.
Probably a tricky situation as a coach as well, you know, when you've had your team for the whole year and then a star like Zim comes in. I imagine, as we see Aspley here just building to something. Oh, beautiful take there. Number 19, Hannah Brennan. Only one major so far this match. Can they finally get the second and spark something for this second half? In front of the post, big swing, it won't make the distance. Doesn't matter though, because it's gone straight into the hands of Stallard. And that's an easy boot. Here's the celebration. Aspley Hornets back on track. Less than 3 minutes in this second half. Well, let's hope they can do it as quickly coming forward, because it took them a long time to get that second goal, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And reducing that margin to 22 points is important, but Stallard never in doubt. We've seen her do that many a times before. But just an interesting little moment, and this is where we've seen Yeronga respond in the game so far. So a big contest, and I was right. Goodwin's not starting in the ruck, so they've chucked a few things around at the moment. And she was the barometer in that first half, so play resumes. Daniak was very clean to Martin. 4 to the contest now. Curvin, that was, sorry. Football just pinballing around. Nice work there by Izu. Forward now of the contest. Just sort of trying to break through the lines. Here's Wingard on that right boot. Up and under. That hamstring looks right in that play. And here's young Holly Mills from the Toowoomba Tigers out in the Darling Downs competition. It's a good one. Get her back in the ruck, I say, but I'm not coaching. I'm up here in the commentary area. It's a good one. Now, centre wing, broadcast side of Giffen Park. Up the line. McDonald flies. So does a few different players as well. Nice tackle there by McNeven. As we've got to stop play. Left half forward flank or attacking wing position. As maybe no eyes on the footy there by Giles. As holding the ball. Aspley are just playing with a little bit of, I don't know, unsociable-like tactics at the moment, and that's how they've built their sort of brand. So Giles is going in really hard at the moment. It's trying to set a little bit of a tone. Very quick. Smother comes from Burnett, and it's lovely work.
Yeah, Pulteney, she's not looking good. I think she's definitely going to be coming off here. No good to see that. Looks like she's possibly copped it near the eye.
Chance for Goodwin to get back in the ruck. That's what I want to see. I'm going to keep talking it up. Broken
Silver
record.
lining. Silver lining is what we call that.
Here's Hannah Giles now. Back on the inside. She's just starting to lift the Hornets a little bit. Vedder, who's been relatively quiet for this game. Pingelli's got it now from 45. He's got an open goal square. Just needs to run end over end. Needs to turn left and right. And it's going to stay left. Into the post. Minor score.
They're having a sniff at Aspley. Just wondering. Oh, beautiful fly from Tyson. And does the groundwork. Umpire's called play on though. Looks like Giles had that one. Goodwin up the side. And that's a nice little settler. Done.
Oh.
Just to go back to Goodwin. Oh, Lingard had a good crack at that.
Some good footy being played here at the moment. Red hot.
Well, I'll tell you what, that contest, Lingard and Goodwin, doesn't get much fiercer than that, does it? Curvin taps it down, but Yeronga straight to it again. Accuracy has been awesome from the Devils this evening. Well, not quite evening, sorry, afternoon.
It's been a big day, Hannah.
It has been.
Oh, Daniak clean in traffic. Gives it off to Vandenweel. Up towards centre half forward now. A little bit of a toe poke in there from Martin. Yeronga just over the top of the footy at the moment. And the umpire comes in. It's going to be an Aspley footy. And it's going to be Michaela Martin. Again, just playing a very physical brand of footy at the moment, Aspley, and just sort of trying to intimidate their opponents. That's my feel from the commentary area.
Well, Jeff, that tends to happen when you're down. I mean, that's when traditionally the rough play or more, assertive physical play tends to get there. Martin, though, lines up. Nice little swing, and that one goes through. Well, 2 on the trot now, Aspley. The Devils, how do they respond? And we're looking to our right at the subs bench.
So there's one.
And who's the lady that can make a difference? Well, we see it as Zimmy Farquharson, but she's yet to come on.
Get her on. Just get her on there. Go back to what was working in that first half, because my view is they've changed it, and now it's going against them. They've kicked 2 goals, 1-0 in this quarter so far, and we're not even halfway through. So Yeronga potentially to get their first win of the season, which can set you up for 2024, but just go back to what was working in the first half. Stop changing the magnets around. It's good to see Goodwin back in the ruck. Nearly came up with a footy. She's got 2-on-1, sort of breathing down. She picks this one up. Goodwin goes to ground. Hornets all over the top of it. Daniak sort of comes in, says, I might take this. Leaves her hands and ends up in somebody else's at the moment. As the Hornets, momentum their way at the moment. Goodwin says, let's go back the other way. Sends it up towards centre half forward. McDonald went in with one hand when she probably should have went with 2. Footy again just spilling out of that contest. Nice work there by Vandenweel just to get it nice and wide. They're on the attack now. So here go the Hornets. Up towards centre half forward. Tyson just gets and goes. Runs inside forward 50 with a nice little bounce. Runs to 35. Doesn't get full purchase on that one. So just to the top of the goal square. 2 Hornets collide. Footy just spilling out now. Tyson's followed up with a second, third and fourth effort. Here goes Tyson onto that right boot. Just a little steadying kick back on the inside to Martin. Martin with a cheeky ground ball. Ballinger there with the mop-up duties. Very chaotic. Hot footy. Spilling around at the moment. And Aspley will be happy with that one. Just to lock it up 15 metres out from goal.
Plenty at stake here. 11 minutes to play in the third term. Pengilly goes up. Devils trying to do something with it, but Tyson snaps that one up. Tricky angle here. But she's a confident player. Will she have a crack at it? Gonna have to bend it. Check side, it'll bend, but as a behind. No, it's still in. Plenty of players around it. Won't move. Not a bad result for Aspley. Here we go. Devils find some space. Oh, but a great challenge there from Aspley. Foot race here. Hornets to take this one. Another little fumble. Well, they've got the numbers around them. Go switch now. Zaniettes. Little dodge around.
Through from Minor. So Aspley right on top here at the moment, but doing it in behind. That was the hard way to do it. Good to see Coach of Yeronga coming down to make a few changes. A bit chaotic at the interchange at the moment, trying to stop this flow. As Ballinger decides to go on the outside, up towards the half-back flank. Yeronga with the numbers, but Hornets are the ones to keep their feet in that instance, and the Devils lay a tackle just to go in between both. It's 6-6, plays 3-10 at the moment. 9 minutes left in this third quarter. Still a 14-point lead. As again, just repeat stoppages there. You can really tell in this third quarter that a lot of the play's been really congested, really stuck in. It needs those outside runners again. And, you know, Aspley's played a really good inside game, but I reckon they're lacking a little bit outside, and that just comes from how, you know, it's that bees to the honeypot sort of discussion that they're really sucked in. So I think they just need to stretch out a little bit and not all have to go in and get the footy.
Again, when you're trailing, you know, that's the kind of play that starts to happen when you get a little bit more desperate. But this quarter so far, it's been their way. Devils lacking a little bit. Such a big performance from them in the first half. The question always was, could they maintain it? Not 100% sure yet. Pengeli, she has a run at this. Momentum's with her.
Just 20 metres out. Aspley's goal. Sort of been locked in their front half for a while now. Sort of both teams just going in for the congested footy. Repeat stoppage. Just having a look here. Sort of Lucy Thompson's the last player. And sort of conducting the setup at the moment. Hornet's got all the exits covered. And this is probably a win here. Just eat some more time out on the clock. But what a day of footy it's been here at the Exum Sport Pride round at Giffen Park. Great to have all 8 football clubs in the one spot. Carnival-like atmosphere. Finals come early. Pengeli couldn't quite get full purchase. Hal just trying to get it out now. Okay, hanging on. It was going to be only a matter of time before the umpire picked one out. So now it's Yeronga's Lunson. Nice work there by Dunn. Just came at the footy nicely. And we got our wish as Zimmy goes back on. And this is where I think Yeronga can get a little bit of a run on, get around the football. Problem with the locked up is you can't make too many changes, Hannah.
Yeah, and with a play like Zimmy, you know, it's not just about her physical skills, it's also that mental game. Having a player with that experience and that, you know, AFLW status, what that can do to a game like this.
You're right, she's a dead set star. And when she's around the footy, all eyes are on her. And I'm just, my eyes are drawn to where she is at the moment. If they can just get this footy out, she's definitely got Wingard and Thompson covered for pace. But it's a matter of the contest, and Daniak's got other thoughts because Daniak's good at the contest. Sends it long now. Stallard couldn't quite bring that one in. Here's Vetter. The old 1-2 punch down there. Vetter's been quiet compared to her normal standards. Left forward pocket at the moment. Tab was there for Aspley. And out over the boundary just to create another little stalemate. Sting's been taken out of this at the moment.
Yeah, it's been neck and neck, hasn't it? Neither team really able to make too much gain here. I think it's really been down to how tight the defense is from both sides right now.
Oh.
This is big.
Not sure what the umpire called there. Must be a ruck infringement. But, yeah, a little moment in the game.
Comeback certainly not off the cards here, and this would help. And it won't. Not quite. Another behind. Well, that's 11 for Aspley. That stat certainly going to be a talking point after the game. Regardless of the score, that's not the standard that we would normally see from the Hornets.
And they're finals bound, so something that's not bad to get out now before you do hit the silly season, as some would like to call it. Anything can happen then. Footy now on the right half-back flank for Yeronga. Here's Pengeli just over the top. Numbers around. They sort of seem a little bit rushed with disposal at the moment, Aspley. But that's what Yeronga's been able to do today. And 4 minutes and a bit of change left in this third quarter. Trying to break through the contest. There's a couple of players. Now just forward of it. Carwart. Stallard comes up. tries to wheel and can't because it's a beautiful tackle. And it's Yeronga Hopkins. Yeronga's Hopkins now. It's going to go.
I just see as the ball moves past, Hannah Giles on the ground and the trainer's running over.
Keep a close eye on that one. And there might be a...
Umpires around her too. This could be worth stopping the game if it comes too close. Aspley though, behind the prize. Will it roll through? Just to the right. Well, they were lucky that one hit the post. Goodness me though, 12 behinds.
And we'll have a stoppage in play just for the player that's in the hands of trainers, but we'll just do a quick little recap for those watching on AFLQ YouTube. Thanks to Double Take, it is the Bond University QAFLW Exum Sport Pride Round. It's a lot to say and get out at once, but our goal kickers so far for Yeronga South Brisbane, multiples to just Zim Farquharson with 2 individuals to Pulteney, Goodwin, McDonnell and Carmody. And for the Hornets, well, they've got the 3 goal kickers. 2 have come from Stallard and 1 to Martin. As Giles is coming off that right knee, just up off the ground, so usually tells you it's somewhere for an ankle sort of shin or something like that. So we'll have a look. She was going pretty hard at the footy before. Can be a bit of a barometer for him from a physicality point of view. Never like to see a player down with injury.
No, and serious injuries can often have a big mental play on how the games go, particularly, at this community level and professional too, but when you are so close to your teammates, you'd be possibly surprised, how big of an impact seeing your teammate go down can have on a game. But it could this be the thing to charge them on? I mean, they're down 12 points away, not impossible at all. Oh, Zimmy went flying. Went close. No one can quite get a decent take at it. And that's a big ball we haven't seen in a while, but who's there to clean it up? Thompson. And that's why she parks herself in that spot, ready to pick at anything that comes. So the Devils in this half so far just struggling to find their 50. Completely different play from what we saw in the first half. Almost a little bit, you're left wondering what was the difference between this quarter and last half.
They just need to keep him out here. 2's a good, nice buffer, but 1's not. Stallard says, you know what, let's make it 1. Let's make the buffer 1. And the Hornets get 1 late. And Stallard has a hat-trick.
Came into this half, Jeff, saying that this could be the Devils' first win of the season. But this is probably not unexpected. I guess the comeback was always on the hands. Did they make too many changes? Well, that's the question.
I'm going to flag it. Yes, they did, and I'm just purely putting my coaching hat on here. When they came out after half-time, they changed too many things up, and, stability's, consistency is a key part of success. And anyway, they're learning. They've got some young players out there that's going to set them up. It is 3-quarter time, and Aspley have kicked 3 goals 4 to zilch in that quarter, and it was all played in their front half. And if you're Yeronga Devil, you're going, okay, it's 3-quarter time, let's get our breath and let's go again. But how do you see that?
Well, I think this game is going to be won by coaching, and I say that because just seeing the look on Luke Larkin's face just then, I think he knows his side have got a lot more to bring in that 4th term. So we'll see if Yeronga can steady their ship. They've got the talent here, but do they bring it? We'll find out after this break.
later, suddenly Aspley are the finals bound team, and they've had it taken up to them. So just contrast between 12 months. I say that as someone, I've got lots of experience in playing losing sides in different sports. I mean, I've got a very broad experience in playing losing sides. I'll tell you all about it.
My one thing is I played QAFLW for a little while for Brisbane Lions Twos back in the 17 or 18, so 07 or 08 sort of period. Then footy here and there.
Okay, when Jeff's not around to embarrass, I'll give you the rest of his bio. It's intimidating.
Wheelchair footy, right? Yeah, it's really good.
Huge 20 minutes left here in the Bond University QAFLW. It is the Exum Sport Pride Round, third match of the day for round 14. The Yeronga Devils, well, they set themselves up for a huge upset, first win of the season, and then the Aspley Hornets, third placed on the ladder, said, nope, we're not done yet, and had a huge third quarter. Jeff, can you talk me through what the difference was between the first half and the last 20 minutes we just saw?
Look, Aspley just went up a gear, and Yeronga seemed to and look, I'll start the opposite. They just changed things up, which weren't the same as the first half. So Aspley are a finals-bound team that know when they need to go up another gear. And look, they've had their opportunities. They've kicked 4-12 as we're back underway for the final quarter action. It's still not out. They've still got a 6-point buffer at the moment, Yeronga, but Aspley are going to keep on coming because they've got stars right across the paddock. Rosenthal sort of just got rid of that one. Here's Vedder, keeps her feet. Nice little handball back. Up and under sort of kick there by Aspley. They'll do underneath that footy then was Lunson. Comes through the hands, has a little bit to contend with. Daniak right in the pocket. Bit of a scrambled kick forward. A little bit to do here for Wagner. Yeronga trying to squeeze it out. Izu up and under. Still trying to get it through the Hornets. And the umpire says, I will have it, please. As I was saying, Hannah, it's still a goal up at the moment, so it's not over, but, geez, the Hornets are coming, and they're coming hard. It's one hell of a momentum swing. But it's not out of the question for the Devils to hang on here, because they've been good at locking it up, stoppage to stoppage.
Well, the danger is when teams get ahead is they'll start to count the clock, and there's no way the Devils have a big enough lead to do that. So they'll need to keep pushing here. Didn't have any majors in that last quarter, which is just not enough if they want to win this. So they need at least a couple. Holtney puts it in the air. Bit of a Hail Mary, but a teammate finds it. It was a nice swing, but it just gone left from the Hornets. So 13 behinds. Well, we were critiquing that, but you know what? It might not matter if they can still get the majors. And what it's probably proved is just how much possession they had in that last quarter, if anything. Particularly, obviously in their forward 50. Yeronga on the other side didn't get it there much at all in the last quarter. And you can see here, Tyson finds it. Beautiful boot. And another goal for the Hornets in this epic comeback. Nearly counted them out. Absolutely can't.
Louise Tyson has been unreal today. Arguably, potentially best on ground, I think. Just consistent, but just her ability at the contest to pick up and go and be explosive is really stood out today. And that's that outside run we talked about at quarter time that they were just lacking a little bit, but ability to break the lines. And Tyson kicks the all-important goal, and they're up by 1 point now.
Yeah, if there's a Louise Tyson fan club, I'm certainly part of it. Just never crowds to space, always pops in when you need her.
Number 1 ticket holder.
Absolutely.
Oh, there you go. I like it. Not Hannah Davies from Southport.
Oh, that's
namesake.
tough.
Yeah.
Don't make me pick between them.
We'll let you debate that one at home, but Daniak is tackled straight away, so 1 point margin. I'd like to know the stat on teams that are in front of it but have kicked less goals across, as Aspley have had their chances today, but they're making the most of it now. Up towards centre half forward. McDonald with a little bit of work to do. They're going to go inside forward 50, so the Devils. Farquharson at the back's going to call a push. Fair enough as well. Umpire in the right position. Umpire's doing a great job right across today. If you want to get involved in umpiring, head to umpire.afl. Great seat in the house. We're second best seat in the house. We've got the best one. It's Devils now. Just a pot shot long. Oh, I'm not sure. Zimmy rushed through for a behind, scores a level.
Well, I'm not sure what call she was looking for, but either way, if she'd caught it, could have done something with it. So just unfortunate she dropped it. Well, this might help. What's happened here?
Silly mistake. One more game coming up at 4 p.m. Bond University up against Cooperoo. Mouth-watering contest, that one. Should join us here on AFLQ YouTube. Next to double take, and of course Bond University. Clearing kick from Aspley from their half-back. Up towards the centre. Bellinger back with a bit of courage. Better had to get rid of it, but here goes Tyson. On fire at the moment. Handball to the outside. A little bit of a round step by Bryant. Daniak's got enough time. Up and under sort of kick. Oh, that was silky. Who was that? Brennan runs to 50, gives it to Vetta. Vetta's got enough time just to turn and go from 45. Contest is on now. Mark taken on the third attempt. Yes, please, ma'am. And it is. Mark taken by Wagner. Wagner's going to wheel and go. They've got a few players out here, but they have to be quick. And they are. Lunson with a little bit of work to do. Scott Pingnelli potentially didn't have her. Tyson a little bit to do. Umpires just let it go. I don't mind when they put the whistle away sometimes. Clearing kick up and under. And at the back of this contest, Potatoes looking to get through. Plenty of Hornets jumpers. In come the Devils. I thought that was a little bit overzealous, but great tackle in the end by Burnett. I hope you're ready, Hannah. I know this is your third game in a row, but we're set up for a grandstand finish at the moment.
Well, look, if I'm remembering what I called, it was Devils by 1, and we're all tied up at 43 all. Oh, but this play from Aspley, well, they've completely switched things up from that first half. Beautiful delivery. And that's a nice position for Stallard to be in. Well, she's found a lot of ball. She's kicked 3 already today. Can she make this her 4th? Well, she should have all the confidence behind her. If she kicks this, well, she's the reason you'd think why Aspley have come back today. And she does. Jess Stallard. 4 goals and a key part of Aspley's comeback today.
Yeah, 4-2 for Stallard. Good grab and a nice kick of goal as well. Up by 6 points. And still plenty of time to play in this match. 13 minutes to go. But yeah, Stallard, 4 majors. Been a bit of a difference. Might be challenging Tyson for best on ground honours at the moment. We'll see how this one plays out though.
I've already dedicated myself to the Tyson fan club, so I'm not sure if I can switch clubs at this point, but it's...
Might be a conflict.
It could be.
When we get to the voting. We might have to ask Sue on camera instead.
Yeah.
As that's in the centre circle now, just sort of dancing around. It'll be held up. Umpire Sale, have it please. Contest is a lot more spread now. We're getting a bit more free-flow football from also Aspley, but interested to see what Yeronga can do from this stoppage. Clearing kick is delightful, but the hands are even better. And I think that was Vandenweel. Might be mistaken. But it's going to come out to broadcast wing. Couldn't quite bring that in then was Bryant. But strong at the contest. A little wiggle of the hips. Here's Vandenweel. Daniak's got plenty of football today. Out to who else but Tyson, the outside runner. Took one step and wasn't off the line, so fair enough. Louise Tyson put the indicator on. Haven't seen much of that lately. Strong hands. Like it. And that was McNeven. He's going to go from 60 and send it long with a barrel-like kick over the back. Vetter doesn't mind these situations. This might be the one that just makes it a little bit too much for the Devils. But it's behind. And I'm going to say it. Maybe it's just an important behind in the makeup of this contest.
Well, they've got 14 of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Plenty to go around, but, I mean, up by 7 now. You're right, Jeff. That could be the one that counts. Oh, beautiful take there.
How?
From Howe. She's possibly actually been a little bit quiet today.
Agree.
I'm used to seeing her take those kind of all day, but haven't as much today. Where's the support from the Devils? Well, they're just kind of putting it on the foot and hoping, aren't they? Oh, Tyson has a chase. Smart play from the Hornets. Go back and back in.
Oh.
Devils just fighting to stay alive here. Oh, this could be it, though. Not to be.
The Hornets are just giving the Devils, just letting them hang in there a little bit until they kick a goal. I think the Devils are very much in this contest. It is out to 8 points now, so they have to kick 2 to win it. But when they can move it quickly, they can catch out Aspley. Goodwin and Deniak couldn't quite touch that footy. Back on the inside, here's Howe. Starting to get a little bit more footy. But we'll have a stoppage right on the 50-metre paint.
Goodwin would be another one that's probably gone a little bit quiet in the second half.
Just that move at half-time. I know I keep coming back to it, and a bit of a broken record, but it was a big moment in this game, I thought. Oh, lovely to Bryant. Runs to 40. Little cheeky kick forward. Turnover, though. Here they go now, the Devils. Going to go on the outside. They've tried to come broadcast, but let's go out to the outside, and why not when you got Farquhar in there. Couldn't quite take it cleanly, though. Goodwin looks like she's absolutely spent, though. Vetter couldn't quite bring it down. Howe got a quick fist in there from the Devils. Quick kick. That'll be no doubt deliberate. No, it's throw it in. What would I know? I'm not an umpire. So we have a boundary throw in. Right half forward flank. As the Hornets are in position A at the moment.
Well, we said that the Devils didn't want to count down the clock, and they're going to have to do a lot here. There's 9 minutes left. But I'm just not sure where the first half has gone. Goodness, I hate the sporting cliche of it was a game of 2 halves, but
it's right.
It's sort of looking like that.
Sometimes you got to read out of that book, Hannah. And today it has been.
Yeah.
Hornets just fine-tuning a few little things before finals. Bellinger's been pretty consistent back there for the Devils. Taryn Vetter having a little bit in the defensive 50 there at the moment. And why not? But Hewitt was clean, but just going to get ball to foot. Dangerous tackle, says the umpire. So it's going to go back to Georgia Hewitt.
And she won that like 2-on-1 all by herself. Didn't have a lot of support, really. No Shepherd. No outlet. Devils just... Where's the support? Couple here, going from behind. Tyson. She'll work hard to get this one. Got rid of it. Umpires Just doing well to play that on, because there's probably no real opportunity for anyone to get rid of it.
Definitely not. Well done by the umpire. We won't say who that was, but those spectators, not sure they're watching the same game at the moment as McNeven.
Oh, that one just... She's making her teammate work for it, Williams. Gosh, it's just desperate play, isn't it? Devils just need to settle, have trust in their skills.
Oh, Simi had a head over that. Maybe in the back as well. Yep. Just drew 2 players to her then, over the footy. And, got an extra there at the moment. Sort of over the top of the footy, just waiting for someone to pick it up. In the end, Dunn's around the footy for the Devils. She's held up though by Curvin. Knocked out. Just a tick under 7 minutes to go. Still anyone's game at the moment, but definitely advantage Aspley. Better was just over the top, and Rosenthal was able to just sort of pickpocket it. Daniak now inside forward 50 out towards Stallard. Stallard's smart just in front of Pengelly, and this might be the final little nail just to send it home. Pengelly just needs to get through a couple. Tackle comes in though. Umpire lets it go. Howell's able to get the clearing kick, but here comes Tyson. 2 Hornets collide. Definitely would have stung then. Footy's out. McDonald's coming up at it. Smart enough to get the footy. It was looking for a runner off the halfback. Didn't really have it actually. As kick now from Smith, and mark is taken by Wingard. Wingard's got something on the inside, just ever so slightly on the 45. A couple of forwards come out, just slowing things down now. Bit early to slow things down. Still over 5 minutes to go. Lanigan up towards the half-forward flank. Missed Tyson. It's going to come back to go back where it just came from. Game of Forsey backs, the old schoolyard. Done. Kick out wide. Izzy Koutadis on that right boot up towards centre forward. Howell back with a flight. Courageous. Love the way Jamie Howell goes about it.
Just fearless in the air, really. But you can see who she got to go to. Well, she's just going to have to put it up. McDonald trying to get involved. Not a lot of options, and I'm not sure if it's too much of a credit to Aspley's defence or Yeronga just not making enough space.
Yeah, they have been sort of sucked in a little bit, and just got to be careful going into finals, but I'm sure it's everything they'll look at as they chop up bits and pieces of this game. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Great call. So now it's going to be Matikawa. It's going to wheel and go. He's going to send it inside forward 50 to a contest. Here comes Stallard. With a set of hands like that, I thought she was going to bring it in then. Martin tries to get it forward. Ballinger with a little bit of work to do for the Devils. Tyson's right on top. And we're about 30 metres out from Aspley's goals. Quick kick forward. And, must have just ticked over 15 metres, that kick. But Stallard lining up for 5, and maybe she's best on in a low-scoring affair for a 5th. Let's let her kick the 5th before we put it on the book, but Louise Tyson's been damaging. We'll come to that soon. Stallard from directly in front, 20 metres out. The one-hand fist points to the skies, and Stallard's had an afternoon out. 6 goals to zip after half-time, compared to 6 goals to 1 before half-time. You want to use your sport cliche, this game has definitely been played in 2 halves, Anna, and it's a different Aspley after the long break.
It is. I mean, it's good signs for them in a way. Obviously, the first half wasn't the performance they would have wanted, but it shows they can come back from behind, which, we've clearly been talking about finals, and that's a skill that actually takes practice. So, in a way, maybe this is a good thing for them. How to fight back from behind, how to completely switch up your first half from the second. Curvin, good little tap down. Interesting tackle tactic, kind of jump behind you. Two minutes 40 on the clock. Well, don't know if this is enough time for the Devils. They're going to keep fighting though. I think someone's just had a kick in the face. Looked a little bit painful. Hannah Brennan. And Tyson, well, we've said that name all day. And how
yeah, Louise Tyson's been outstanding today, and 4 goals after half time to Stallard is an outstanding performance. Who's your best on? Tell me who your best on is. Who are you going to split? You're going to go for your fan favourite, the number 1 ticket holder, or are you going to pick the goal kicker? What's your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to pick the goal kicker, and the reason why I say this is because of their behinds. What Aspley needed was accuracy, and Stallard delivered that. So, you know, while there was plenty of opportunity given to them in the first half, no one but Stallard could really deliver it. I mean, you know, Tyson did kick one of her own. Should add that. And, of course, Michaela Martin. But what they needed was accuracy, and Stallard gave them that.
I think you're absolutely spot on. You might be dropping back to number 2 in the Louise Tyson fan club,
no.
but 5-2 for the game in a not many goals kicked. Stallard's come out at half time and basically turned the game herself, and those contested grabs really stood out, and I think she'll be deserving winner of best on ground today, which is an outstanding result. Aspley getting a nice little tune up before finals. Nice mark taken there by Tamika Smith. Just going to keep on going, but it's going to be cut off by the Hornets. It's the final 60 seconds of this match. It's a 14-point margin at the moment, and Aspley just keep on going. Bit of an injury scare to Hannah Giles, so not sure of that one. We don't have a boundary rider or anything like that, but that'll be one to watch with a couple of weeks before finals. Nice work by Pulteney.
It will be, but tell you what, pretty excited to see what this Aspley Hornets side can bring for finals. You know, all year it was kind of about the 2 Gold Coast sides, wasn't it? About Bond University and the Southport Sharks, but I think this Aspley side could be the bolter for finals, the dark horse. I get the feeling like they've got something brewing that we haven't quite seen yet.
Yeah, it's definitely an open race. It's not done and dusted just yet. Obviously, we've got your Southports and your Bonds that are up there. Aspley's up there too. I think they're your top 3 favourites for the flag.
Question remains, who is that 4th position? Well, that just about wraps up the 3rd match of today. And Aspley, well, we'll say it again, game of 2 halves, because if you look at that scoreboard, 57-43, and we're 15 behind. Well, Jeff, we said our best on, well, my best on was Stallard. Same for you. Who would you say?
I agree with you. You can't go against 5 goals too, and Stella had an outstanding game. Louise Tyson probably unlucky. If you're doing a 3-2-1, she's probably getting a 2, Louise Tyson. And
absolutely.
Yeah, an outstanding contest. Well done to you, Hannah. 3 games in a row. It's one that you got to talk for nearly 6 hours straight there. So
thank God I love talking.
Unreal effort. It's a great one there. But the Aspley Hornets have survived an early scare and able to find 2 ahead of a big finals campaign coming up. But the Yeronga South Brisbane Devils, they've got something they can build on for their 2024 brand. But in the end, it was a Jess Stallard-led Hornets that have run out victors here today. So in the end, it was Aspley Hornets 7-15-57 to the Yeronga South Brisbane Devils 6-7-43. Well done, Hannah. Go have a break, have a cold refreshment. Get ready for your next game of next week. Other than that, thanks for joining us on AFLQ YouTube. We'll be back for the 4 p.m. game as Bond University take on Cooperoo. But from this game, it was the Aspley Hornets by 14 points.
Come out then.